Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have an interesting video for you. I found another dupe, except this time I found two palettes that are dupes for some Huda Beauty palettes. I found them in my local Winners and I'm really excited to try them out. I will be comparing the Ccolor Cosmetics Milky Way palette to the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. So if you're interested in seeing how those two pair against each other and creating this look that I have here today, please keep watching. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to my channel. First up, we have the Ccolor Cosmetics Galaxy palette. This one is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I do not own this palette personally. However, looking at this color story is absolutely gorgeous, and who knows, maybe I'll end up purchasing it in the future to really compare these two side by side. These are the swatches to the Galaxy palette. The shades went on very smoothly. Look at those shimmer shades. They're so pigmented. So far, I'm very impressed with the swatches of this one. Next up, we have the Ccolor Cosmetics Milky Way palette. This one is a dupe to the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. Both of these Ccolor Cosmetics palettes retail for $10 USD on their website. Another beautiful set of swatches. Really love that duochrome shade at the beginning. And last we have the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. Retails for $65 USD or $88 Canadian. And this palette is gorgeous. I'm interested to see if the Ccolor Cosmetics dupe for this palette performs well. Also, because the price difference is, it's quite a big price difference. These are the swatches next to each other. The Huda Beauty swatches are on the top and the Ccolor Cosmetics swatches are on the bottom. They're all very similar. I will say the Huda Beauty palette swatched a little bit easier, and just the actual quality of the eyeshadow seemed a little bit better. However, the Ccolor Cosmetics still seemed pretty good. There are some differences in actual tones of some of these shades, and the Huda Beauty shade Slippery at the end there is a traditional gloss, whereas the Ccolor Cosmetics dupe for it actually has some color there, so that I thought was a little bit interesting. These are the two palettes side by side. The Huda Beauty one's on top and the Ccolor Cosmetics one is on the bottom. And just by looking at them side by side, they look very similar. For today's look, we're going to be comparing the Ccolor Cosmetics Milky Way palette to the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. And that's just because I don't own the Mercury Retrograde palette, so I wouldn't be able to compare the two. I'm gonna assume that if the Milky Way palette from Ccolor Cosmetics is a good dupe, that the Galaxy palette by Ccolor Cosmetics will also be a good dupe. So that's why I don't think it's necessary to compare both of them at this moment. I think that we could get away with the one, and then if it... What the heck is my dog doing? Oh my goodness. And maybe later on, if I end up buying the Mercury Retrograde palette, then I would compare that one as well. But for now, we're gonna start with the Milky Way palette. First, I'm gonna apply some eye primer because I forgot to before. So this one is the ABH eye primer right here. I don't really have a favorite eye primer, I'll be really honest. I kind of use whatever I get. I get a lot of eye primers for free from like either Sephora or when I place orders. When I place orders from Urban Decay online, actually, I do typically get a lot of samples from them. So I'd recommend, if you're interested in any of the Urban Decay products, order them online because you will get some samples. I've zoomed you in a bit here, that way you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I think I'm gonna start in the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to go into shade, Rough right there. And I think I'm gonna do the Huda Beauty on this side and the Ccolor Cosmetics on this side. On one side, I'm going to go in with this Luxie brush here. Just any crease brush is good. I'm gonna dip into the shade Rough. I'm gonna tap off some of the excess. And so I'm gonna do it on this side here. And oh my goodness, that is pigmented. And I'm just going to blend that in. I would definitely went in very heavy-handed with that. So I want to make sure I really, really blend that into the crease there. It actually blended out quite easily though. Like I haven't really done much and it's just like, okay, I'm in place. Now I'm going to go into the other side. This is my Morphe crease brush. I love Morphe eye brushes, I really do. I will say like the Luxie brushes are a little bit softer than the Morphe brushes, but I mean Morphe brushes are a lot cheaper. In the Milky Way palette, the corresponding shade is Leo. So I'm going to be taking that shade into my crease as well. Wow, that one is also very pigmented. And tap some of that out. It looks very pigmented and then you put it on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the Huda Beauty side is definitely a little bit goes a long way. Where the Milky Way side, I do think you need a little bit more when you put it on your eyelid. And also the Ccolor Cosmetics side does involve a little bit more blending than the Huda Beauty side. I think those are pretty similar right now. Next up, I'm going to take, in the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to take shade Hypnotic at the top there. It's a little bit lighter. I'm gonna also buff that into my crease, but I'm going to buff that in a little bit lower than I did the other shade. Kind of in the inner crease area, and we're just going to buff that out. And then on the Milky Way side, we're gonna take shade Scorpio there. We're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, the Ccolor Cosmetics side takes a lot more blending. I will warn you of that. Now that that's kind of done, there's a shade in here that is really calling my name. And it's shade Shameless at the top there. So we're gonna take that shade and that's gonna be our all over the lid shade. I'm gonna take this Luxie all over the lid brush and I'm going to dip into that shade Shameless. And I'm gonna apply it onto my eye. That is very, very sheer. All right, let's try wetting the brush and then applying it. The textures of these shimmer shades are pure glitters. So I do think, I don't have a glitter glue on me at the moment, but I do think a glitter glue will probably be your friend with this shade. The brush definitely adds a little bit more, not as much as we want, so we're just gonna dig in with our finger here, like this. Oh yeah. There we go. Now it's applying. Now we're gonna take this all over the lid brush. This is an e.l.f. blending brush here. We're gonna take the dry side first, see how it picks up that shadow. Okay. Similar to the Huda Beauty side, it doesn't pick up that well with a dry brush. So now we're gonna try the wet side of the brush. Nope, again, very, very sheer. Okay, we're gonna try to work our finger. Oh, by the way, I don't think I said it. This is shade Halos on the Milky Way palette. This is the corresponding shade. So I'm just gonna dip my finger in. Definitely looks a lot more pigmented with my finger, and we're gonna roll that on there. Applies quite nicely. The shades are different. The Huda Beauty side is a darker pink with more dimension in it. It's not quite a dual chrome, however, it has a lot of dimension and movement in that shade, where this side here is very flat and it is a lighter pink. The Ccolor Cosmetics side seems to have a bit more fallout than the Huda Beauty side, which you can kind of tell when you dip into the shades a little bit. You see a lot of the fallout onto the palette. Next up, we're gonna try this really cool duochrome shade. This is the shade, oh, where is it? Passion. And we're gonna do this one kind of in our, on our outer lid here. So I'm just going to apply it like so. We're gonna clean it up a bit. So we're gonna take the all over the lid brush and we're going to blend the lines in the center there. And then we're gonna take our crease brush and we're just going to really buff out that crease there. And also take it up like this a little bit. I'm gonna add on a tiny bit more. Then we're gonna take some of that shade Shameless again on our finger and we're gonna press that into the middle. Now we're gonna take the Milky Way side and we're gonna use the shade Pathway. And we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. We're gonna really press that shade into the corner. This is my third time dipping into this shade and it does not show up as easily as the Huda Beauty side. The Huda Beauty side is definitely more pigmented. I'm gonna take that shade Halos from the Milky Way palette and I'm gonna do the same thing where I just kind of add that into the center of my lid. And we're gonna take our crease brush and we're going to blend out our crease there. I'm gonna get a little bold here. You may or may not want to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm gonna go into shade Untamed there. And I'm going to buff that onto my lower lash line. I'm gonna go into this Lavish brush on this side. And I'm actually going to spray that brush. And I'm going to kind of dip that in. And I'm going, oh my goodness, that is pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna tap some of that off because I don't need to be that pigmented. All right, and I'm going to buff that onto my lower lash line here. Like that, wow. And then I'm going to take our all over the lid brush and I'm going to diffuse that a bit like this. Wow, that is very, very pink. I like it though. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Dwarf on this side and I'm going to spray an angled brush again. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're going to start with lining. The shades are a little bit different and the Huda Beauty side, again, is more pigmented than this side, for sure. And then we're gonna take our all over the lid brush again with some of the powder that we have still, and we're going to buff that out. I'm gonna take the shade Desire here at the bottom, and I'm gonna put some of that on my outer corner too. And then I'm gonna take my all over the lid brush, and I'm just going to blend from lightest to darkest. I don't think that made too much of a difference, but it is pretty. I'm going to go into shade Spiritual on this side. We're gonna pop it on our lid. And then we're gonna take our all over the lid brush again. The sides are very, very harsh, so I'm just gonna take my beauty blender from when I did my face, and I'm just going to clean up both of the edges a bit. I applied some mascara, eyeliner, my eyebrows, and I did some lip gloss because I felt like this pinky look needed a little bit of lip gloss. This is the final look. What do you guys think? I think that this is a really good dupe. I really do. My final thoughts on this are that if I had to pick between these two, I didn't know the price, the packaging, anything, just on the quality alone, I would pick the Huda Beauty one. However, the quality of the Ccolor Cosmetics one is very good as well. It just isn't at the same level as Huda Beauty. If I had to pick based on packaging alone, I would pick the Huda Beauty one just because it does feel like a more high quality plastic. Plus you get this mirror in here, which is very handy on the go. Where the Ccolor Cosmetics one is a very cheap plastic, you don't get a mirror. However, it is, what is that, a sixth of the price. So you are saving a lot of money there. I would recommend the Ccolor Cosmetics one though. Even though I prefer the Huda Beauty one better and I think it performed at a higher level than the Ccolor Cosmetics one, I would still recommend the Ccolor Cosmetics one to somebody that, you know, doesn't want to spend the money on the Huda Beauty one and wants something to give them a similar look but is still very affordable. I think that this is a great palette. I think that you will enjoy it a lot. Now that I've tried out the Milky Way one, I really do want to dip into this Galaxy one. I think that I might actually try this one out and follow Huda's tutorial that she has on her YouTube channel doing her signature Mercury retrograde look, because I think that would be really cool just to follow her very simple tutorial and to see if I can create a similar look to hers with this palette. I want to know what you guys think though. Which side do you think performed better? Do you think the Huda Beauty side looks better or the Milky Way side looks better? I mean, looking at it this way, the Milky Way side's looking a little shinier right now, but I don't know. Drop in the comments down below though, let me know which one you like better. If you will be going out and purchasing any one of these, let me know that as well. If you are interested in the Ccolor Cosmetics palettes, go check out your local winners first. I think I got these palettes there, I want to say they were around $10 Canadian, but that's still cheaper than paying $10 American online, plus you have to pay for shipping if you're from Canada, so you know, I would recommend checking out a winners first. Plus then you have the gratification of having it now instead of waiting for it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing all of you in my next video. Bye.